Coming up, the NISA Pro Cup draw was officially complete here this past Friday. Philadelphia Union clinched the 2025 MLS Supporters Shield after a statement win on the road, and the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Association final rankings are in. All that and more coming up right now on Inside the Game.
Welcome to Inside the Game on the National Soccer Network. Now, here are your hosts, Jonathan Turner and Nathan Wangler.
Good morning and welcome back here to Inside the Game on this Monday, October the 6th. I'm Jonathan Turner alongside Nathan Wangler and Ryan Glinsky, our producer. It is episode number 173 here on this Monday morning. And, we were sitting here kind of talking before the show, as we always do, kind of getting ready for another great show that we're going to have here this morning. And we were kind of reminiscing about the fact that we don't have any guests here today. You know, I want to say it was like a straight, maybe like 16, 17 episodes of guests. It was pretty crazy. We don't worry, Ryan. We'll get you busy again with more guests here to set up and everything. So don't worry about that. But
turn my mic on. Definitely after after next week. We should start booking more guests. But for the time being, we're taking a little bit of a break from the guests. So yeah. But no, it's good to have a little bit of a break. Nate, I love that you're rocking that backwards hat.
Hey man, when you don't get a haircut for a while, you know, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the hat hair coming in. I mean, like you know, it's just all over the place. So, you know, I need to deal with that. I need to hit up the barber. But yeah, you know, we've had a lot of good guests. I love the last conversation that we had. Talked about how cool Dayton has been and obviously the venue that they've created. But it's nice to talk. I was talking about this the other day with someone. It's good to get them during the middle of the season too, because you kind of get them during the midst of all the craziness and everything that's going on in college soccer, which it has been a wild season so far. A lot of, unpredictability, a lot of teams winning in certain spots and kind of shocking the college landscape and making runs. You know, let's think of NC State, which has been a really cool story this year. Both that and college football. And I know we were trying to draw comparisons on our last show between the two and how college soccer can be more like college football. Well, in one way it has been in 2025, and that's that teams are losing that shouldn't be. There's a lot of parity. There's a lot of up and down all over the place. So it's been a fun season so far. So you want to get them, you want to strike while the iron's hot, and you do that by getting these coaches during the regular season. So I think that's really kind of added another layer to those conversations. So yeah, when we get back at it, it's going to be fun, but it was a good little stretch there. And I know that social media has responded really well to a lot of them. Bob Butehorn he was just dropping knowledge left and right. So we still got a few more clips in the can to let people see and listen to him, because he's just a wealth of knowledge. So a lot of good conversations, and at the right time too.
Yeah, and I think it's important too to acknowledge that you can watch obviously our entire Inside the Game episodes if you'd like to, or you could just go to Inside the Game guests. We have a whole playlist that's designed just for the guests. You can go watch all those guest clips. Again, I think we have like 17 guests that we've had here on the show that are currently in that folder or playlist, so you can go watch them there.
And if you're a broadcaster broadcasting these games, you can go back and watch those interviews, because John and I used the Jason Burt interview information. We used it on the ESPN Plus broadcast on Saturday. So if you any aspiring broadcasters or broadcast any of the teams that we are, or that you're about to call, and we already interviewed the coaches, make sure you go back and listen to them, because they do have some good information about on the season and their coaching philosophy and anything like that. So it's a good tool that way as well.
No, it definitely is. Anytime there's a conversation that's being had. It's a great chance for us to, to be able to capture knowledge, right? Whether you're using it for a broadcast or for whatever. Here's a couple things I want to dive into here real quick. First off, Detroit Tigers, right? They started the ALDS here series in Seattle. It started on Saturday night. It started with a victory. They won in extra innings to start off that series, and then yesterday they fell short. Same score line, just flipped it, right? 3-2, 3-2. And so they are tied right now. They're coming home here for game 3 and 4 tomorrow and Wednesday. And if it goes to a game 5, I believe we go Friday would be game 5 back out in Seattle. So I am supporting the new hoodie, right, for the Tigers. Got so I'm all Tigers right now. I'm excited for them. I told you I was Debbie Downer last week, but I said screw it. You went and you won, and now you've given me some hope. And you know what? You're telling me there's a chance, just like in Dumb and Dumber. There's there's a chance.
Just like in Major League, they go win the whole effing thing. That's what the Tigers are attempting to do right now. And by the way, CMU Chippewa delivers in game 1 to give you that victory. You're welcome.
Isn't that wild?
Zach
Isn't that
McKinstry,
wild?
The Zach McKinstry hit, broken bat.
Oh my goodness!
73 mile per hour exit velo somehow gets through. That doesn't sum up the Detroit Tigers season. I don't know what does.
Well, you know what's crazy too is like I think he's entering a space of like an argument for like the best Central Michigan player ever produced. Like
in baseball,
outside of Jacob Marcy. What's that?
Yeah, in baseball, because there is none.
Yeah, I mean, outside of Jacob Marcy, like I don't think there's. I mean, unless there's some random dude from like the '60s, like I don't like. Yeah, he has to be.
Yeah, we don't produce baseball.
Marcy, would we
Marcy's
argue that the most famous non-football player, though, from a coaching standpoint, would be Kelly? Because didn't he coach at Central Michigan for a bit?
Oh,
from a
Brian
coaching
Kelly.
standpoint, yeah, probably Brian Kelly.
Yeah,
Would he be considered at this point? I mean, we should have a conversation about that, right? Because think about like in-state coach like Nick Saban, right? Remember Nick? He coached at Michigan State, right? Would we argue that Nick Saban? I mean, like the greatest coach to come out outside of the obvious in Tom Izzo out of Michigan State? Like, I mean, is that
Oh
a fair
yeah, easily. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Are we? We're going cross sports here. You said Izzo. Oh, okay.
Well, I said
if
you were coming out of a university, right? Like, I mean, if you were to say, is Tom Izzo, from the standpoint of everything, it was Nick Saban at Michigan State University.
So are you
like the best coach ever?
No, I'm just saying if
the
you
best coach
look at the
ever.
university as a whole, the best coach to come out of that university or the most influential coach. I mean, is Tom Izzo. I mean, Nick Saban's gone from MSU. He played in the NFL for like 10 seconds. But obviously at Alabama, I mean, I think you could argue he's probably the greatest coach to leave to go from MSU, right? I would argue.
Yeah, I would probably say he's got a national championship. So I mean, I don't know who the coach was when Magic won it with Michigan State, but I would definitely say Izzo's the best Michigan State coach. Michigan, it would have to be.
I mean,
I want to say Beeline just because I love him, but no, it would have to be Harbaugh or Lloyd Carr.
I think Bo Schembechler might be up in that
no,
conversation.
Bo
Well, it's Fielding H. Yost, but that was back during World War II or pre-World War II.
Yeah.
So probably
Bo.
CMU would probably be Brian Kelly.
Yeah,
I would probably say so.
Well, there you go. See, anyways, I was just asking the question just for the question's sake. I wasn't looking for us to
Yeah,
get down some hole of finding to figure this out. But here's the thing. I do want to. Also, the Lions won yesterday. To be fair, pretty handily. I mean, that game looked like it was going to be a win pretty quick.
I was afraid about Jake Browning, man. I didn't know if he was going to pull one out or something.
He knows how to throw the ball to the other team for sure. And so things are falling apart
brutal,
there.
Man.
I mean, talk about the Ravens, though. I mean, did anyone picture the Ravens were going to be 1-4 to start the season?
Nope.
No one did, actually.
No, I mean, from that perspective, I mean, the Ravens, Baker Mayfield, I mean, you talk about that guy too. I mean, talk about a turnaround. If there's a turnaround player in the NFL, it's gotta be him. I mean, what he was doing in Cleveland, granted it was Cleveland, let's be honest there. That's a
No,
that's where players go to die.
Hey, he won a
Right?
playoff
So,
game.
I know,
it is
but I mean,
so much. Yeah, it's so much about the organization that you land with. Like that's the craziest thing about the NFL, and that's the unfortunate. It's the dichotomy of being those high draft picks because like you're gonna land with one of those organizations. You're gonna go to New York and play for the Jets. You're gonna be with the Browns. I mean, for the longest time, going to the Lions was like really like okay, I'll play for whatever, and then probably leave because I'm so beat up I can't even throw the football. So it's all about the organization you land in. But yeah, I love Baker. Baker's a
best
cool
thing
turnaround story.
The best thing about Baker is that where he joined the Rams like on a Tuesday, and they were playing like Thursday night football or something, and he's like, yeah, I'm definitely not gonna play at all, anything like that. And all of a sudden, he starts a game for the Rams that Thursday night. I think he got there that Monday, but he starts that Thursday night football game and wins the game, which I was devastated at the time because the Lions owned the Rams pick that year, and I'm thinking, oh my God, we're competing for the playoffs, and we're gonna get a top 5 pick. Like this is the greatest thing ever. And then Baker Mayfield has to go out there and win. But the reason I like Baker Mayfield is because he planted a flag at the shoe. He did a whole victory lap at Oklahoma at the shoe when they won and planted it. That was the best part. That's why I love Baker Mayfield. That reason right there.
yeah, that's fair. I again, just seeing what he's been able to do in Tampa has been phenomenal. Big fan of what he's doing and what he's done since Cleveland. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna step aside here for a quick break. We come back. We're gonna dive into our show, get into the nitty gritty of everything that took place here this weekend, and much more. You're watching episode number 173 here this morning of Inside the Game. Welcome back here to Inside the Game on this Monday morning. Yesterday, I had a chance to do something that I haven't had a chance to do in a little bit, which was go outside.
Touch some grass.
I know, right? I saw the light yesterday. Normally, I drive in at 4 or 5 in the morning. It's dark. Usually, it's light behind me, but I don't get to really enjoy it too much. But yesterday, I had a chance to with the family head out to an orchard here, and just not that far from here, actually, Westview Orchard, which is up the road about 6 miles from here. Had a chance to do something that I haven't done since I was probably a kid, and I would imagine maybe both of you have done this in your lifetime. I had a chance to go out to the orchard, hop on one of those tractor trailer, ride things out to the trees themselves, where you get to actually pick the apple right off the tree. I first off want to say that I think that what they should probably do with these orchards is to save on labor, is just allow us to pick those apples for you as part of the process. Drop them in these bins that you're going to use, and then we can grab our apples, right, and off we go. We still pay for the apples, but maybe a little cheaper. Because I paid $35 for a bag of apples that I could probably at Kroger could have gotten for about $7. But the experience is what you're paying for. Yeah, you're paying for the experience of hopping on that tractor, going out there in the 90-degree weather, by the way, in October here in Michigan to pull those apples, and it was fantastic. Again, eating them right there in the orchard. You know that you can't. That experience was fun. I had a chance to do it with my kids and grab the cider and the donuts. I did grab a 7-pound jar of honey. This thing's huge. Got some apple butter. Never even heard of it before.
Any pumpkins?
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a thing either.
You
but
guys
apple
already
butter.
do pumpkins?
We did not pick pumpkins.
All right.
And what else did we grab? Oh, we grabbed some. They had these hot dill pickles.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, and some homemade salsa. So it was a fun experience yesterday. Obviously in Michigan. I'm curious if that's something that you can do outside of outside the Midwest, because I feel like you get in Oklahoma. Do they have apple orchards? Is that something that they do there? I know that's more of a Midwestern thing, right? Anyone know?
I mean, I see. The thing is, what's weird to me, and I actually asked because I was telling you guys about Ed Dunnebeck girls in the farm here over on the west side that does the same thing pretty much. They got farm animals. You can go pick apples. You can do pumpkins, the whole 9 yards. It's a really cool place if you ever get a chance to come see it. But I actually asked them, I'm like, has the warm weather played a negative effect on the apples at all, or growing or anything like that? No. So you don't necessarily need a cold weather climate for apples, and I don't think you need a cold weather climate for pumpkins either. So I'm pretty sure they can do it other places. It's just you don't get the effect of the actual cool fall weather like we do, and that's why it pisses me off. Is like doing all this at 90 degrees doesn't feel like an actual fall activity. Like how are you gonna plan out a fall activity and it's 90 degrees outside? That doesn't make any damn sense. I'm like, we may as well just go to the beach at this point.
Fantastic.
We
point.
may as well just go to the beach at this point. Like what?
But beaches are closed, my guy. I mean, not closed, but I mean, like, I agree with you. I agree with you. Well, Ryan might have the answer as to whether or not getting apple orchard is a popular thing outside the Midwest.
It's definitely not as popular in the Midwest, but it definitely exists. This is from the list called Orange Pippin Directory. So we are currently in the state of Michigan. We are number 2 in terms of apple orchards. New York has 282. They're number 1. We have 179. Ohio 148. Wisconsin 126. Pennsylvania 125. Minnesota is 126. Iowa 45. And as we get down the list, North Carolina 89. California 109. Tennessee 19. Georgia 16. Texas 9. And to your question, John, Oklahoma has a total of 3, and the bottom 2 are Florida and Hawaii that each have 1 apiece.
So 1 apple orchard. So yeah, I would imagine in Florida, you instead of going to the apple orchard, you go to the orange, orchard or whatever, and you're grabbing maybe some Florida oranges, and maybe not having donuts. I don't know if donuts and I don't feel like donuts and orange juice go together too much, but
maybe some peaches in Georgia.
Maybe.
So.
But it was a blast. I had a chance to do that yesterday, so that was fun as well. We did the draw here on Friday night. The NISA Pro Cup draw taking place at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you want to watch that show, you can watch it on any of our social media or on YouTube or Roku, where Ryan and I sat here and we drew the teams and their groups, which ultimately led to the full schedule here being released yesterday on our website. So let's take a look here at Monday, how Monday's shaping up there. So there is the full schedule here as of Monday, October the 13th. Modesto City FC will take on the Northern Colorado Hailstorm at 9 a.m. Arkansas Wolves against LA Force at 12. Capo FC versus Sin City also at 12. And then Peak 11 will take on DC Hyper. That game kicks off at 2:30. All games will be on NSN 24 and the NISA Network. Or if I think we have those 2 at one time, we'll be on NSN 1. But all those games kick off here starting a week from today. The NISA Pro Cup. We also have Wednesday the 15th. There's a look at game 2 or day 2 of this event. Capo versus Norco Hailstorm, Peak 11 versus LA Force, Modesto City FC versus Sin City, and Arkansas Wolves versus DC Hyper. Taking a look at Friday now, Capo will take on Modesto, LA Force against DC Hyper, Peak 11 versus Arkansas, and the Hailstorm against Sin City. So there is the schedule for next week, we will announce our commentating crew as well later this week as well as part of our full coverage of that event. We talked about how these games will air in the morning. The plan is to also re-air them in prime time as well. And so, again, a list of that will take place here, again, later this week. But all around, pretty eventful evening for the draw there, right, Ryan?
Yeah, it was extremely eventful. We had the producer, your son Nathan. He was an interesting character for sure. Learned a new term from him, and but other than that, it was a fun time. I really enjoyed it. I was scared that I wouldn't be able to open the envelopes correctly because I could never open envelopes correctly. But I was able to open all of them pretty smoothly, and no one really seemed to notice. So I probably shouldn't have even said anything to begin with. But other than that, I thought it was really fun. It went really smooth, I would say, and I think, from what you were telling me, that it seemed like the league and all the fans and teams were really excited with how it went, and they're pleased with how it went.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement. I mean, it's the first time I've never been part of a draw before. I mean, obviously I've watched draws, and I think the biggest thing for me was that I just didn't want it to feel like it was rigged in any way, right? I think that was like, because again, I mean, here we are. I literally yesterday, not yesterday morning, but I literally on Friday morning, I got here to the studio and I printed off all the teams and their logos, and I taped them to index cards, slid them into envelopes, and then put those envelopes immediately into that Salt Athletic bag that we put on the screen, and that's where they sat for the entire day. And we literally just pulled them out in the air into the jar, and we just started pulling out the names. And we were prepared for any scenario because that's what, if we were in any other network, same thing would happen, right? You'd be prepared for whoever's going to be pulled out of that hat, so to speak, and we did that, and it went really, really well. So I was really, really happy with that. The league was happy with that as well, which is great. And yeah, so we're excited about this tournament coming up here next week, and again, more information about who's commentating on the games and all that will happen here over the next couple of days as we get geared up and finalize all those plans as well.
Maybe FIFA, if you want us to do the World Cup draw, we're fully capable of it. We have a great production crew. Nathan
on the 1 and 2
try not to
for the
mutt
World
you.
Cup draw.
He will get us mudded and unmudded. But no, FIFA, if you want us to do a World Cup draw, we're fully capable of doing it.
It is true. It is true,
Confident.
especially in the most archaic way possible. But all kidding aside, now we talk about this, and there's a lot of leagues out there. There's a lot of tournaments that do draws, and again, with what we did here, we could absolutely do that for you on our platform. We only charge $50,000 a draw, so it's perfect. So it's a pretty reasonable rate.
Team.
Yeah, per team. That's a good. I like that. Yeah.
Per
So
team.
yeah. So if you have that kind of money, then yeah, we're ready to
Come
take
on
that
in.
on for you. Oh man. Hey, so the Philadelphia Union, they clinched the 2025 Supporter Shield after defeating Orlando City 3-1 here on the road this weekend. And what we saw is really the finalization of what the playoffs are going to look like here for the MLS Cup. We'll take a look here at the final scores here from this weekend first in our MLS Roundup. Here they are. DC United falling short to Charlotte. Montreal and Nashville tie there again. FC Dallas takes on LA Galaxy with a 2-1 victory. Inter Miami continuing their winning ways. Lionel Messi is on a tear. 4-1 was the final score of that game. Again, Philadelphia 1-0 over New York City. Orlando City 1-1 with Columbus. So those two tied, and then Seattle Sounders and Portland 1-0. In full time there on Saturday as well. Again, you can just look up and down the roundup here. I don't know if anything sticks out for you there, Nathan, in regards to these games, but another one there, LAFC last night winning over Atlanta United 1-0.
Yeah, well, and I wanted to talk about obviously the Philadelphia Union too, because I figured we would kind of cover that coming into the show today, and what a turnaround that program, that franchise has had. This year's Union side, there are many valid descriptions, many ways that you could look at this team and what they've been able to do. But Carnell's installation as a new voice on this squad has certainly helped a ton, and they've just kind of reinvigorated the way that they used to play and what was really successful for them. Counter pressing principles, and it got a lot of players, acquired a lot of players that kind of helped in that push, and so they found their identity again, and that's the reason why they got all the way to this point and why they were able to win the other day. And so it's always unique whenever you go through like a downturn or a downshift. You got to get back to your principles and find really what made you, and that's exactly what they've done this year, and that's the reason why they're lifting the supporter shield. So it was cool. It was a cool game to watch. It caught a little bit of it, didn't catch all of it, but it's just a spirited performance by them. So it was cool to see them just get back to what really made them good, because you can see over the course of the last handful of years, and they just made the right signings in the right places and the right fits, and 40-minute goal to decide it, 40th minute goal to decide it. And obviously they had to hang on late, but they did it. They got the job done. So that's my one biggest takeaway, at least from what I saw out of that game. Didn't get to see some of the rest of that slate there, but that was a great game.
We actually have a look here at the current standings. We'll start with the Eastern Conference standings here, as you can see there. This whole thing seems about wrapped up, right? You've got, matter of fact, it is wrapped up. Philadelphia, top, you see there, the Supporters Shield, Cincinnati, Miami, Charlotte, New York City, Nashville, Orlando, Chicago, and Columbus have all clinched, eliminated New York, New England, Toronto, and Montreal. So, looking at these teams, you can just, I think there's actually, because of our graphic, is there a way to put that on the full screen? Because we're missing, I think, 2 teams in there.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. I have to take out the ticker, but just give me a second.
No worries.
But yeah, for Philly,
go ahead, Nate.
No, it'll be interesting to see how things play out, because we've talked a lot on this show about how Miami really should be the favorite, but they've shown signs of weakness, of breaking down. Obviously, they're old. They're going to have a few players retiring after this year. So to see how Philly's been doing, and then what Seattle was obviously able to do against Inter Miami, we're going into a postseason in Major League Soccer where it really is kind of a toss-up. There's and it's nice when you have that, when you don't have the one runaway favorite, which I think we all kind of assumed that Miami was that favorite. It's not really the case, especially when you look at the field now and what Philly was just able to do, and how really this regular season has played out. I think this has just been a great year all around in Major League Soccer. A lot of drama, a lot of teams that have kind of emerged, and so now that's the big question, is who kind of emerges from the pack. I like Philly. I think Philly's a great team. I think they have an opportunity to go make a run. I think Seattle's pretty good, but I think Miami obviously still has the star power, but does Messi have enough in the tank to push him over the hump one more time? I'm almost wondering how much longer he has left in the tank, especially after we got the World Cup coming up. It's going to be a busy stretch for one Lionel Messi, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's been a fun year.
No question about it. Let's take a look here at the Western Conference, unless you had the Eastern ready to go. Nope.
It's just blocked. It's just Atlanta and DC United.
All right, thank you. All right, so 2. Western Conference, San Diego obviously up there at the top, Vancouver, Minnesota, LAFC, Seattle, Austin, Portland, and then Dallas and Salt Lake are still vying for that those play-in game here as well. So, like I said, again, Dallas, Salt Lake, Colorado, San Jose is within reach. Houston, St. Louis, and I can't see the bottom 2 teams.
LA Galaxy and Sporting Kansas City.
All right, perfect. So there you go. So there's a look at the Western Conference.
I'm having visions of a San Diego LA final. Wouldn't that be freaking sick? We already saw their fans go toe to toe the last time they faced off. I don't know if it was in LA or if it was in San Diego, but like the rivalry between those 2 cities is one of my favorite. It's not even developing. It's full blown. Like whether it be Padres, Dodgers, to see San Diego and LA meet up in the final would be pretty cool. So I'm actually kind of cheering for that a little bit, because they do not like each other, those 2 cities, at all. That's like the Boston and New York of the West Coast.
Yeah, remember last year Columbus Crew was the one that won the MLS Cup, right? And they did it at Laura.com Stadium. Nate, you and I were there the next day after that happened. If we were to look at this right now, who would be the dark horse?
Ryan? He's like, I don't know.
Kidding,
Minnesota?
Minnesota.
Just kidding.
That's what I was going to go with.
My dark horse, I'm just going to, you know what? Give me Nashville. Give me Nashville. You know, the
He's big
team
on
that
Nashville.
beats
Sam Suric?
Minnesota, wins the U.S. or the other tournament just the other day. I can't think of the name. Sam Suric, absolute dog. Give me
Dog.
Nashville. They've already won something this year. They're hungry again. Give me Nashville to be my dark horse to win it all.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. That's fair.
What
I
about
don't,
you,
you know, it's kind of a toss up for me. I'm. How about Seattle? I think Seattle. I mean, the only team in Major League Soccer to win every single North American trophy. I mean, they did it again this year. They beat Miami. Looked really good in that game. I think they're scrappy. I think they're forward. I don't know if they necessarily have a roster that pops off the page as being a team that will, you know, dominate. But again, when you get into postseason play, it's just a matter of being there, and then it's just surviving and advancing. And I think they're a gutsy squad. So I like what I've seen out of Seattle. I can't really say Philly, right, because they're number one, so that's not really a dark horse. So, but I think Seattle has a really good chance, good chance as anybody to make a run and really make some noise. So, and yeah, I don't mind Seattle. I mean, I right now probably not so much, given they're playing the Tigers in the ALDS. So like not the biggest fan of Seattle, but outside of that, I got no issue with Seattle. So I'll take them as my dark horse.
Yeah, if looking at it right now, I would actually at this point I would also choose to go with Minnesota as my dark horse.
Minnesota.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, if you
I
don't
would-
want your prediction to be right, then yeah, go ahead if you want. I mean, they don't win anything.
Oh,
I'm
he got
looking at
you.
the camera right now. Minnesota's
you.
going to win something this year.
Yeah.
Oh.
They are
yeah,
going to
okay.
win
Yeah,
something
you
this
The
year.
tell 'em.
Timberwolves not win anything.
I
The
said
Twins already eliminated.
Minnesota is going to win something this year.
Minnesota
It
The
might
United
be
Vikings are winning
some
the
of the
Super
highest
Bowl.
snow accumulation in the entire winter. It might be that.
That's a good
It might-
chance.
Might be the coldest day on record. They might win
There's
that.
also a good chance.
There's a very good chance of that. All right. And they might actually hoist a MLS Cup trophy as well.
That's definitely not
Heck
happening.
yeah. Let's go.
I'm going with them as my dark horse. So, all right, there you go. Minnesota United. Mekjak,
Not
I'm
even
with-
in the chat
I'm
today,
with you.
but
I'm with you, my guy. Ryan, as always, hates on it. He prefers Music City. I get it.
Damn
He's
straight.
never been to Nashville. Have you been to Nashville before?
haven't been in Nashville
Have
or
you ever been to Minnesota?
Nope.
Okay. I'm telling you from someone that's been to both
gotta get out.
places.
Nashville's probably
Nashville's
way better.
way better.
Exactly my point. Why would I want to go to the cold? Why would I want to go to the cold of Minnesota where
don't
nobody wins a damn thing? I think the Predators have won a Stanley Cup in the last 10 years, I think. So Nashville's got that.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of that, Tennessee doesn't win a whole lot, but you know what? At least they have
Nashville's
country
got
music.
what? Taylor Swift, Carrie Underwood.
Sure.
Mean, you know, start going down the list of celebrities that live there. I mean, didn't Jay Cutler live there? He still lives there, I think. Actually.
Yeah, he went to Vandy, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so-
speaking of Vanderbilt, y'all suck. You lost again. So.
Oh boy! Hey, when we come back here from break, we'll take a look at some of the highlights from this weekend's games. We had a bunch of them. We'll get into that. We'll also look at the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Association Week 7 final rankings of the 2025 boys high school season. We'll be right back here on number 173.
Experience the thrill of the game like never before with NSN's Game Rewind.
Dive into full match commentaries enhanced with cutting-edge dynamic graphics.
Letting you relive the highs and lows of your favorite matches in astonishing detail.
Whether it's a championship win or a legendary play,
NSN Game Rewind bridges the past and future with a broadcast experience designed to captivate.
call 586-304-4405
And start watching today.
all-out battle of skill, passion, and determination. The NISA Pro Cup, presented by the National Soccer Network. The stage is set. 10 teams, 8 days, 1 trophy, 3 moment, exclusively on Roku TV. It all kicks off October 13th on the National Soccer Network. An all-out battle of skill, passion.
I don't know what to even say anymore.
Someone put it back on loop. I don't know why it was on loop. I took it off.
The producer is in charge of the producing, and the producer. Hey, but I know Ryan has a special message that he wants to use. I just want you to know that this message does not reflect the views and. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah. So on Friday, my dad's coworker David gave me he's part of SD Huesca, the 4th division over in Spain. His exact position is the strategic advisor to the board of directors. So David went over to Spain last couple of weeks, brought me home a jersey, SD Huesca right here. Honestly, this is a pretty badass jersey. I'm not going to lie. I can't get it all in the full swing, but shout out to SD Huesca. They're currently 6th in their division. Shout out you guys. Shout out David. Shout out the whole club. Appreciate you guys very much for the jersey, and good luck the rest of the way. I'll be rooting for you, unlike I do Minnesota United and all of Minnesota sports.
Just had to work that one
the
in
views
there.
from Ryan are not expressed by that of the National Soccer Network. Hey, that's fantastic. We think it's great that you are receiving gifts as part of your role on this company. So
I'm like a college athlete before NIL became a thing.
That's great. That's great. Hey, let's take a look at some highlights here from this weekend. You're in control, Ryan. You tell me what we're gonna get first.
Let's start with Metro.
Boom. I believe this game ended 2-1 in favor of Metro, but that was obviously the first goal there by Drita FC. I believe that goal coming in the first half. It was 1-0 obviously for them. Metro able to get an equalizer in the 81st minute. And then I believe in the death is when goal number 2 comes in, the game winner. And here it is. Rigover Jr. What a curling ball. Finds the back of the net, and just like that, Metro FC wins 2 in a row.
That was a great video. We've had some really good goals that we've been showing.
We have. Let's take a look here at the next batch.
Let's go Rochester Christian.
We'll
save the best for last.
Rochester Christian. This is the men's side. I have been struggling at Rochester Christian. They took on Madonna here on Saturday. That's a goal on a penalty kick conversion for Madonna. That's like a little flick over the back line there, and like off bar down. That's another great goal.
And for the people watching at home, this is where some of the NISA games will be played at.
That is true. Is Rochester Christian able to find and pull one back on the penalty kick conversion? Another ball over the back line.
There must be a lot of goals in this one. There's like a minute.
Wow. Look at that shot. I have not. We have not. This is the first time I've seen these highlights. By the way, I did not have a chance to watch them. Just going right through the defense and slotting that one home. A lot of goals in this one. I think we counted 5 so far.
Yeah, I think it's like 5-1 right now. Make it 6.
One. Yep.
Wow. And I think there's still time for one more.
I think you're right. As this ball is slotted, it's another beautiful ball.
Wow, they really got 2014 Brazil Germany 7-1. Wow. That's sad.
That's rough. Let's take a look at the girls' side, who did fare better, by the way.
Yes, we did. Yes, they did.
This is Rochester Christian's out. This is the women's side?
Yes.
No, this is
Oakland.
This is Oakland.
Oakland. Sorry.
Oakland on ESPN Plus here. Ryan and I were on the call on Saturday night. That right there, a beautiful finish with an open net look, made it 1-0 there in favor of Purdue Fort Wayne. And then Leonard able to convert on a penalty kick to make it 1-1 as we went into the halftime break.
I think the most interesting stat from this game was the fact that there's only 2 goal scorers for Oakland all year, and then they got 3
in
new
this
goal
game alone.
scorers.
Yeah, Liu, who that's the ultimate game winner. That game, I think, was scored in the 73rd minute,
Yes.
and then this one here. This is Gavin Thor with a strike from about 25 yards out, just top shelf. Makes it 3-1 there in favor of Oakland University. Their first conference win of the season, only their second victory of the year.
You really could have said on that Gavin Thor call, you could have been like Gavin Thor with the Thunderbolt, just like Thor does in the Marvel in the MCU.
You did that on your own though.
Yeah, that's why I picked up on it. I was like, the Thunderbolt.
Nice.
MCU, Thor.
Yes.
All that fun stuff. But no, that was a really good game. I really thought Oakland played really well. And yeah, Nate, their center back had like 75% of their goals going into the game, and then 3 new goal scorers right there in one game, and Oakland with the dub.
With the dub.
Dub.
That's right. Did we have the highlights from the women's game?
Oh, I can pull it up if you want.
Yeah, I mean, let's go show some love to Rochester Christian. That's a team that has been winning as of late.
They also played Madonna then, huh?
They did. Yeah, it was a doubleheader.
Yeah, it's right here. Just give me like, this might take a minute.
Oh yeah.
For the men's team, you hope they can kind of pull themselves out of the rut they've been in. It's just been a rough few years, and it's
Well, the
sometimes
NAIA
it's
is
so
really
hard
tough.
when you're.
I mean, it
Yeah.
plays like a mid-major conference. I mean, it really does. I'm not saying your top teams in that league are very, very good. Bethel University
Very good.
is very
Yeah.
good. That's a team that's won national championships here over the last couple of years. They've been very successful. You got Aquinas had been very good over the years. Madonna,
Northwestern Ohio, yeah.
I mean, so you said so. There's a number of really, really good programs in that conference, and it's challenging. But let's take a look here. We do have the highlights now from that game.
This is a lot quicker than the men's game. 20 seconds.
The game did end in a 1-1 tie, but Rochester Christian opens it up with the scoring and puts one in the back of the net. And then somehow, a great duck, by the way, by that person under the camera. Timing is everything.
Luckily, he ducked, or else that goal was not going to get recorded.
But Madonna is 5-4-3 overall, 1-1-3. So they've had 3 ties in their season so far here in conference play, and it's one of those things where those ties down the stretch makes a huge difference. If one of those games becomes a win, changes the complexity of the whole thing, and so it can be very crucial to get some more victories here for them. But that is the highlights from this weekend. We'll continue to do that every Monday as we continue to roll through this. We are going to take a look here now at the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Association top 15 teams from each division. We'll start here with none other than the Division 4, as we always do. Granville Calvin Christian in there at number 1. I don't believe they were there last week. I'd have to look back at our rankings from last week. But Western Michigan Christian, number 2. North Muskegon is 3. Lansing Christian, 4. Harbor Springs is 5. 6 is Grosse Pointe University Liggett. Actually, Liggett was number 1. They were number 1 going into the Catholic League Finals this week, and they dropped all the way down to 6. Royal Oak Shrine Catholic 17-2. Plymouth Christian is at 8. Allen Park Intercity Baptist 9. Leland is 10. Roper, Cristo Rey, Clarkson Everett Collegiate, Kalamazoo Christian, Brighton Livingston Christian all round out the bottom third of that top 15 in Division 4.
Yeah, John, we got a chance to look at Division 4, a couple of those teams that you mentioned with Liggett and Shrine, Royal Oak Shrine, correct?
Yep.
Those are 2 really, really good teams. Liggett ultimately won that one, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Liggett, yeah, they were really good.
I don't know how you win. I don't think they lost this week.
Yeah, that's why I'm a little confused on the rankings, because maybe they did lose later on in the week, because I know they had, I think, 2 or 3 games after that Catholic League Championship game last Wednesday, I believe, is when it was. But I thought Liggett was a really, really good team. They were well coached. They were set up really well. They had some really good players, and that's where all their freshmen came in and played a big factor. 3 of their goals were scored by freshmen. But I also want to give some love to Shrine, because I thought Shrine was really good as well. Caesar Soma was fantastic. Didn't give up on the play at all. Didn't give up on the game at all. Ultimately grabbed 2 goals late in the game. But I thought Liggett has definitely proved watching that game proved why they are definitely going to be a top team, and they're going to make a deep run in the playoffs.
Yeah, this is one of the things that every year it kind of befuddles me. Liggett was 12-2. They must have lost 2 games this week. I thought they were undefeated going into that game, so they must have dropped 2. I'd have to look at their schedule, but yeah, they dropped down to 6th, and Granville Calvin Christian moved up 2 spots from 4 from 2 to 1. So they're the number 1 ranked team there in Division 4, and they will obviously be that way until they go through the playoffs, which start here, I believe, on Wednesday. Playoffs already start, which is crazy. Take a look here at now Division 3. There they are. Pontiac Notre Dame Prep is at number 1 here. Country Day was the previous number 1 ranked team. Flint Powers Catholic, Ann Arbor Green Hills, Elk Rapids, Grosse Ile, Alma, Grand Rapids, North Point Christian, Frankenmuth, and Saginaw Swan Valley all in the top 10. Grand Rapids Catholic Central, Paw Paw, Williamston, Fremont, and Fenville round out the bottom third of the top 15 here in Division 3. Taking a look here now at Division 2. Forest Hills Central, 16-0-4. Paul Kramer's side undefeated here throughout the entire season. Hudsonville Unity Christian sitting there at 2. New Boston Huron, 15-1-2. Warren de La Salle, Cranbrook, who fell short to Catholic Central, still at 5. Actually, they moved down a spot to 5. Edwardsburg, Fruitport, St. Joseph, Melvindale, and Grand Rapids South Christian round out the top 10. DeWitt, Mason, Coldwater, Marquette, and Ortonville, Brandon in the bottom third of that top 15 in Division 2.
And we also got a chance to look at Cranbrook, Kingswood, and I know the result doesn't really give it justice or anything because Catholic Central kind of blew them away. But as a Division 2 side, I think Cranbrook is again really, really good. I thought Charlie Gold was my man of the match for Cranbrook specifically. I thought he played really well, especially going forward. But Cranbrook just came up against a really good Detroit Catholic Central side in Division 1, which we'll be talking about here in just a matter of seconds. But Cranbrook, a good team. I know that result doesn't show them any justice, but they definitely have some talent on the field. And when it comes to Division 2 playoffs, they're definitely going to be competing, and they'll be in every single game.
And Forest Hill Central is in the greatest position they've really ever been to go out and win the state championship this year. I mean, with their balance in terms of upper class and lower classmen, and just they have all the positions covered. Like the way that they're made up right now is just they're a boa constrictor. The way that they're just kind of suffocating teams with how they play. And I know that Paul Kramer's been really excited about what this squad can do. We had him on the show once upon a time, and I know we talked to him in length about what this team presents and what that they can possibly do, but they haven't really swayed a lot this season. So I'll be interested to see. I mean, in terms of, Ryan, you recovering some East Side teams over there, but talking about over here on the West Side, I think if there's the one program that's in the best position possible to get some hardware at the end of the year on this side of the state, it's probably Forest Hill Central with the way they've been playing. So really impressed by what the Rangers have done.
Absolutely. Let's take a look here at Division 1 here. And Porter's Central had maintained, they never, ever wavered from that number 1 spot. In the 4 years that I've been covering the rankings for the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Association, I have never seen a team stay number 1 the entire season. We've seen them move maybe to 2. We've seen them move to whatever, but to see them the entire season, I did to see that. That's pretty impressive from them. Ann Arbor Huron is sitting there number 2. Grand Haven, Romeo, Clarkston, Okemos, Troy, Heartland, Livonia Stevenson, and Traverse City West all in the top 10. Catholic Central, Byron Center, Edsel Ford, Ann Arbor Skyline, and Royal Oak all round out the bottom third of the top 15 there in Division 1. Royal Oak did beat Clarkson here earlier this week. They are a team that, in the playoffs, could do some pretty interesting things. This is a team that has not had a lot of success in the playoffs. They've had to face off against some really tough opponents. They're typically in that Troy Athens, Troy High, Berkeley district, where to be fair, it's a very brutal district. And typically the team that comes out of that district has gone on to a state championship. In a lot of cases, we saw Troy Athens here a number of years ago. Rochester Adams out of their district, again, they won it all last year. Not saying that they don't have a chance, but if they based on how they're playing this year and the record, they have not been ranked for most of the season. And obviously they lost a lot of pieces. So this is a team that will not probably have that long playoff run just based on where they're currently today. If we look at, the teams that are coming out of that Romeo, which made their deepest run in school history last year, having another really strong year. They won the MAC Red. They are ranked top 4. This is a team that, again, if they can get out of their district, which is going to be a lot easier to do than in years past, getting in the regional and beating a team in that region, they could make their way into a state semifinal game. Because again, it's a wide open year this year. Troy Athens is down this year. Troy High is not as great as they've been. Berkeley is down this year. Royal Oak is up. Clarkston's good, but Clarkston would not be in that district, right? Clarkston's going to be on another region, and so Clarkston wouldn't see, I think, a Romeo or a Royal Oak until probably the semifinals. And again, I haven't looked at the overall breakdown, but that's usually how it's been. So it's going to be very interesting playoffs. We'll keep everybody updated about that. That should get underway here later this week, starting on Wednesday with pre-districts, and then next week full playoffs underway all across the board. So keep you updated about that. But that is the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Association final rankings for the 2025 boys soccer season, presented by Salt Athletic.
Wild, absolutely wild. And I wonder once we finally get to state championship Saturday, what it's gonna look and feel like. Because I remember last year it was so damn cold that like your extremities were just gone. Like it was so cold that you weren't cold. Like it was a hypothermia kind of day. So it actually ended up being okay.
I don't think it was.
Dude, it was like
we were there together.
It was like 30. It was like 30, 28, 29.
I just know that the sun in the press box got really warm. We had to take, but again, that was
it
fun
helped out a
year.
little bit. Yeah.
We are not.
It was
doing
blinding
that
for a little bit.
We are not. We are not going to. It'll be the first time in 2 years that we are not calling the high school soccer state finals a radio call, as we've done in the past. At least I don't think so. So.
Boo.
Okay.
I don't think we have a boo horn.
Nah,
So-
the wah.
Wait, so you're saying we won't be there? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, typically we've picked it. We again in the past we just picked. We picked kind of like the district that we were going to cover, and then we picked the region, and then and go and do these events. We have so many games happening right now that I can't commit resources to that at this point.
Yeah,
and
it's fair.
Just let Nathan call it.
Yeah.
Your son Nathan call it.
Yeah.
Like you're mudded. You're unmudded.
You're mudded. Let's do this. Let's take our final break. We'll come back here. We'll dive into our question of the day. If we have anything left over as far as comments, let's get into that because a lot of comments coming in regards to our college game day conversation last week. But don't go anywhere. 173 continues.
Are you ready to create unforgettable moments for your audience? NSN offers professional live streaming and full broadcast services tailored to your needs.
From high-quality production to exceptional coverage,
We ensure your game or event becomes a spectacle to remember. Book your next game with us today
call 586-304-4405 to schedule your broadcast.
and let NSN bring the action to life like never before.
Welcome back here into Inside the Game number 173. During our last commercial break, I had a chance to look at one of our comments coming in on our YouTube channel, and this comment coming in from Joe Glinsky, which I believe is Ryan's dad.
Yes, it is.
Opening plastic containers, envelopes of any kind, has plagued Ryan since his early teens.
Yeah. So there's
yep.
so he used to buy
some
these,
lore
like,
here.
the cheapest little Tupperwares ever, and I could never open them. Like, there was no like a tab on the side that I could open. Like, so I had to like dig in with like my fingernails to get in the little crevice of the plastic to meet the lid and the thing, and I could never do it. So I would there was one time after school I was so hungry I knew exactly what I wanted to eat, and I was the only one home. I could not open the Tupperware, and I just said, screw it, I'm not even eating that. I'm gonna have cereal. Like, I genuinely could not open it. And then envelopes, yeah, that's always been an issue. And for some reason, Friday night I for some reason could open them. So yeah, I don't know what happened. Maybe I'm turning a corner here in terms of opening envelopes, but no, Tupperware still haunts me to this day.
I'm just picturing us doing the World Cup draw, and Ryan's like, "Give me a second. Oh, hold on. Oh,
That's pretty much what would happen.
oh, hold on." Everyone at home's like,
I don't even know what to say. I mean, Dad is Dad is throwing you out on the bus here in regards to Tupperware.
Yeah, that usually happens.
Yeah.
That usually happens.
The Tupperware gone wrong. What is our question of the day?
Yeah, our question of the day is not going to be Tigers related like I've had recently, but that'll be for tomorrow. But before we do that, Salt Athletic is an official sponsor of us here at the National Soccer Network. Use promo code NSN15 to save 15% off of your orders. Scan that QR code because everyone loves QR codes nowadays, or visit saltathletic.com today. But if you could go anywhere, and I mean anywhere, for a vacation, where would you go?
I'll start this one off. All right, it is. There's a lot of challenging things about trying to do this one right now for numbers of reasons. But if I could go anywhere right now, vacation aside, it would be to get back to Brazil with my wife. She would love to go home. Like, that's where she'd love to be right now. She wants to see her family. My wife obviously was born and raised in Brazil. And so that's a place that I would love to get her back to, like, right now.
Okay.
I'm going to New Zealand. I think New Zealand is one of the most naturally beautiful places on earth. Also, my girl, she plays rugby. My girlfriend plays rugby, and so huge, big rugby fan. She's actually thinking about, her and the team are actually thinking about doing a Europe trip and going to see the Six Nations next year, which would be awesome. But not only the natural beauty, but I would love to go see the All Blacks play, or maybe watch some international rugby if they had a match there. So, yeah, combined between those two, I mean, New Zealand is just gorgeous. Between there and, like, Fiji would also be cool, too. But if we're going anywhere in the world, like, I just get to choose right now, yeah, probably New Zealand. Naturally,
this question, though. Are there rugby matches streamed by chance or no?
No, and I've actually been kind of talking to them about doing it. When they get to the playoffs, yes, but not at the moment. So,
Playoffs?
So yeah, there might be a little business opportunity there. I've been telling them, and there's plenty of areas
the first
where
thing
they
about
are.
rugby, so it wouldn't be me. But I mean we could absolutely on Sports Nation.
I'll give you an image. All right, it's like if football and soccer had a kid, it would be rugby. Like American football came from rugby. That's where it started. And then it turned into, they Americanized it and put new rules in and downs and all that other stuff, and it became what we know today as football. So there you go.
When your girlfriend's done playing rugby, you guys can commentate a rugby game together. She could be the color commentator, the analyst. You could be the play-by-play.
There you go.
I'll produce it. I'll produce it for you guys.
Heck yeah, let's go. All right. So yeah, I'm just saying it's been in the works. There's been some conversations. So, I'll get you in contact. We'll get it rolling. So. National
Ryan,
Rugby.
we don't care where you want to go.
That's fine.
But no, where do you want to go?
Anywhere See, I got inspiration from this because my aunt and uncle are currently on their 30th anniversary in Hawaii right now, so that's how I got this inspiration from. Anywhere with a beach and water is really all I care about. Preferably the ocean.
Grand Haven, Michigan.
What do you say?
Grand Haven, Michigan.
Grand Haven, Michigan. Yeah, I'll pass on that one specifically. I would say Gulf Shores, Alabama right now because that's kind of what my family's been tossing around right now of going to. So I would like to go there right now. So yeah, and there's
It just seems so basic. It's a basic statement to make.
I like that he's picking America.
We're talking about going
again,
anywhere
it's
in the
beach
world.
and water. That's
right?
all I need.
World.
It's
okay.
fair.
You said anywhere in the world. You didn't say anywhere in the domestic United States. That's different. That's a different thing. You're telling me that if money was no object, you could get on a plane right now. You're going down to Georgia. Where are you going again?
Bama.
You're going to Alabama.
Roll Tide.
That's where you're going.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, what? I mean, yeah, it's beautiful. It's
Spoken
a little
like
bizarre.
And then I
you know.
guess I would like to go to Spain as well. My dad's been there. He sent us photos, and
that
that
makes
was
more
great.
sense, Ryan.
San Sebastian, Spain is really beautiful from what I was told and based off the photos and videos I've watched. So I would say San Sebastian, Spain would definitely be a go-to spot. But again, anywhere with a beach and ocean that's not in Michigan, or well, there is no oceans in Michigan. There's a beach.
There are
and
alligators,
water.
though.
Yes, apparently there's alligators in Belle Isle. But as long as there's water and a beach, that's all I care about. And it's not Michigan or Ohio specifically, I'm fine.
Fair enough.
All for
Well,
it.
there it is. Question of the day: where would you go anywhere in the world if you could right now for a vacation?
Shelby
Ryan
Township,
picks
Michigan.
Alabama.
Shelby
There it
Township,
is.
Michigan is my go-to vacation spot.
I want to thank everybody for stopping by here today on this Monday morning. Our show number 173 officially in the books. We'll be back here tomorrow morning, and we'll get back into the college rankings will be released again tomorrow. We'll dive obviously into those on Wednesday, but tomorrow we'll create some new topics to talk about. We don't have any coaches to interview, so we'll have to find something to talk about here tomorrow. So we'll dive into that. Obviously,
try.
we're going to absolutely give it a try. Want to remind everybody from a scheduling standpoint, we will not be here next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we will be taking a break, but you can watch live soccer all week long on the National Soccer Network. So we are excited about that. But anyways, that's Ryan Glinsky, our producer. Nathan Wengler over here on the screen. So I'm Jonathan Turner. Thank you again for stopping by here. Don't forget, subscribe, like us, share this with your friends and family, and come back here tomorrow morning. Same time, same place on Inside the Game. From the biggest matches to the hottest takes, Jonathan Turner and Nathan Wengler bring you the stories, the analysis, and the edge you won't get anywhere else. Streaming live weekdays at 9 a.m. on YouTube, Roku TV, Facebook, Twitter, and all major platforms. No filters, no fluff, just real talk, real soccer. This is Inside the Game.